Alice worked overtime the whole night to revise the company's plan. She worked hard the entire night, so she was a little late for work the next day. Who would have thought that this scene was witnessed by Jessica, the newly appointed president's wife? In order to maintain her authority in the company, she immediately fired Alice. Alice couldn't believe it. She was just about to explain, but Jessica impatiently interrupted Alice and told her to take her pay and leave immediately. Even HR couldn't stand it anymore. She told Jessica that Alice was in charge of a project with the Teng Group, worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and that firing her right now wasn't appropriate. But after hearing this, Jessica became even more determined to fire Alice because she wanted to snatch the project back, and once it was completed, her husband Benjamin would definitely reward her. But what Jessica didn't know was Alice was a famous top sales champion in the industry. Benjamin had paid a huge price just to bring her into the company. Soon, Jessica paid the price for her actions. A few days later, Jessica angrily questioned the employees why the project wasn't progressing. The employees replied that this project had always been handled by Alice, and they didn't know how to move it forward. But Jessica didn't listen to their explanation at all. She waved her hand and fired all the employees responsible for the project. But the employees were already full of resentment. Even without Jessica firing them, they didn't want to stay anyway. Jessica warned the remaining employees that her company wouldn't keep idle people. Then she turned around and left. The next day, Jessica received a cooperation letter from the Teng Group. She immediately called Chairman Anthony, but the one who answered was Anthony's assistant. He had never even heard of Jessica and hung up the phone right away. Jessica didn't think anything was wrong. She was still fantasizing that once she completed the project, how Benjamin would reward her. Meanwhile, on Alice's side, she had been resting at home since being fired. Several famous companies rushed to extend olive branches to her. They said, as long as Alice was willing to join them, no matter what conditions, they would agree to all of them. But Alice didn't know what she wanted to do yet, so she turned them all down. At this time, the employees who had been fired came to Alice to complain. Alice couldn't help but feel worried for Benjamin. Then one of the employees suggested that Alice start her own business. They said they could work without pay and were willing to work for Alice. When Alice heard about starting a business, she immediately became energized as if she had found a new direction in life. And so they founded a company together that belonged to them. After some time, their company had already gained some reputation and was even invited to an enterprise cooperation conference. Everyone was extremely excited. After assigning tasks, Alice said, "This enterprise cooperation conference is a great opportunity for the company to expand its market. We must work hard." Everyone was immediately full of energy and threw themselves into their work. When Jessica heard that Alice had started a company, she scoffed and said, "A company founded by losers was nothing to worry about." Her secretary also told Jessica that there was a batch of goods that needed to be delivered to the Teng Group. When Jessica saw the goods list, she